the Philippine launch of Oppo F3 Plus. Let us jumpstart tonight's show with your host, the one and only Mr. Joey B. King.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another exciting launch of yet another Oppo phone. I'd like to welcome to all of the dealers that have come from all different parts of the country to join us tonight, and of course, our friends from the media. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Stephen Baron Cheng.
Hello everyone, good evening everyone. In behalf of Oppo, I would like to welcome our media friends, our dealers, and our fans. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am very delighted to be here to share you our excitement that we are feeling as of the moment. Today, Oppo will be launching the newest Selfie Expert, a product that will put us to even greater heights. 2016 was a very good year for us, an awesome year. Globally, IDC confirmed that Oppo ranks as a number 4 brand in the world for 2 consecutive years. An amazing 133% growth, the biggest growth rate in the smartphone industry. In China, Oppo now stands as a leading smartphone brand. Yes, you heard it right. We are currently number 1 in China. According to GfK, we are currently number 2 in India and in Southeast Asia. 2016, fourth quarter of 2016, we established ourselves as the number 2 brand here in the Philippines. Thank you. With a month-on-month growth of market share and sales. So you might ask, how did we achieve so much in such a short period of time? The answer is simple. Oppo kept it simple and focused. We committed ourselves to listening to our consumers and directing our research and development team to meet those needs. And it was simple as they want to take great photos anytime, anywhere. So, let me introduce to you our digital marketing manager, Mr. Leon Moncera, to discuss something about our media and consumer recognition. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, Stephen. Now, to give you more context on the success of the Oppo F1s, let me share with you what international media have said about the product. GSM Marina has said that F1s deserves the title of the selfie expert. Why? Because the F1X experience delivers and responds to the needs of even from the most social savvy users out there. Stuff Gadget Podcast, on the other hand, has said that F1S takes clearer, brighter, and sharper shots, selfies, than any other mid-range phone. F1S has also been given awards by the Philippine media, such as the best selfie smartphone and the best smartphone of 2016. Clearly, our strong market leadership is a testament, it's a reflection that we are delivering our promise to consumers, that we are delivering what our consumers want. And this 2017, tonight, we are again introducing a new technology that was born out of more about this new amazing technology and amazing new product. I'd like to call on Charles Na, our Oppo product expert. Charles?
Good evening, everybody. When I first joined Oppo, I remember a lot of people were asking me questions like, where is Oppo made? What does Oppo mean? What kind of products do you guys produce? Perhaps the most difficult question that I've faced is, how come Filipinos love Oppo so much? It was only after months of seeing and experiencing it myself that I was able to fully understand why Filipinos love Oppo. When other companies ask why, Oppo simply says, Why not? When other brands see problems, we see an opportunity to make things better for others. Simply put, Oppo knows what the Filipino people wants and is not afraid to push the limits to make things better, to give people what they want, to change what they think is possible. Tonight, my friends, I will help you discover why the F3 Plus is going to change the way that people take selfies forever. But for now, a quick video to give you an idea of what's to come.
Oppo camera phone.
Personally, I've watched that video maybe 100 times. My boss made me do it. But it still amazes me up until now. Just like what Joey said earlier, selfies have been in our mainstream culture for last 5-10 years, but their impact in changing the way with which we communicate, with which we connect with other people, and more importantly, how we express ourselves is undeniable. Let's take a brief stroll through history to find out how Oppo became the leader in the selfie revolution. It all began in 2011. We released the U701. The U701 was the first Oppo phone to include a beauty mode. Selfies were never the same again. Back then, people, when they take selfies, they had to rely on makeup. They had to rely on capturing the right angles just to look good. When the U701 came out, people understood, hey, you know what? If I use an Oppo phone, I can express myself better. Fast forward 2 years later, we came up with the N1, which had a rotating camera. At that time, people thought cameras are meant to be static. But of course, we at Oppo wanted to show that things are possible to our customers. Not to be content with our success with the N1, 1 year later, we released the N3, which up until now, still is the world's only phone with an automatic rotating camera. I want you guys to ask yourselves, 3 years since the N3 was released, nobody followed in our footsteps. Why? Because they can. 2016, when people were given 8 megapixels, 10 megapixels, we at Oppo thought, why not give the people something that they can be happy about? Why not give them something that they can enjoy with others? And that's the reason why we came up with the F1 Plus. It was the world's first phone with a 16 megapixel front-facing camera. On hindsight, these things are very simple, but it takes a true leader to find out what people want and give it to them. 2011 up until 2017, we have had a lot of accomplishments. It is a very big burden to surpass these things. But again, we at Oppo are not afraid to rise to the challenge. How are we going to exceed our achievements? Simply the F3 Plus. Let me go ahead, okay, and show you what makes the F3 Plus so amazing. Coming here, you probably have an idea of what the F3 Plus looks like. You may have heard rumors about what the F3 Plus can do. Let's put those rumors to rest. Let me go ahead and show you why they are amazing. First of all, the F3 Plus has a dual camera setup in the front. What is amazing and unique about this particular setup is that the two cameras, one 16 megapixel, the other 8 megapixel, they work independently. Other brands, two cameras, only one output. But for Oppo, we wanted to challenge ourselves, make things better. That's the reason why we came up with a dual selfie camera setup. Let me show you just how good the main front camera is. These are just pictures that were taken using the main front camera. Beautiful, right? These are pictures that are up to Oppo standards. No matter what nationality, no matter day or night, the quality is good because the camera has an f2.0 aperture and a larger than usual image sensor. If you're not satisfied, Beautify 4.0 can enhance your already good-looking natural features. Beautify 4.0 lets you choose from 7 different modes, 7 different levels of beautification, a lot of filters, and patterns. Simply put, you will never be bored taking selfies with the F3 Plus using Beautify 4.0. The bokeh effect also makes its Oppo debut with the F3 Plus. Bokeh effect is an effect wherein you can blur the background so that the focus will just be in yourself. Being the center of attention has never been easier. Everybody wants to be the center of attention, right? Attention is good. Bokeh effect is for you. Now, let's move on to the second camera. But before we do that, I would like to share with you my personal opinion that if you go to a party like this, any kind of social gathering, the most difficult part is always at the end, wherein if you have to take pictures with your friends or your family members. The problems that people face when they want to take groupies would be stretched arms. Hey, we don't have a selfie stick. I can't fit into the picture. Please lie down. Please kneel down so that we will all fit into the picture. Oppo thought, how do we solve this problem? Make it easy for our customers to enjoy their we time. Just like what Leon said. Our solution is to create a special custom designed camera that is meant for groupies. Let me show you how easy it is to take a groupie with the F3 Plus. This is what you will see if you open the front camera. If you notice on the lower right part, you will see there a small icon. If you click the icon, you will change from the main front camera to the secondary front camera. Here's how it looks like. It will zoom out. Instead of a narrow field of view, you get an amazing 120-degree field of view. More than enough to fit in your friends, no matter how many there are, or how fat like me. Another thing that's amazing about this particular camera is that it has a special 6P lens or 6 physical lens construction. Most phones in the market right now only have up to 4 or 5 lenses. Again, Oppo, being the leader with camera innovation, wanted to create something special. We made it 6. The 6 physical lens ensure that the picture is not distorted, even if the angle is wide. Finally, smart facial recognition feature ensures that no matter if you're on the side, at the back, in front, or in the middle, your face will be captured in all its perfect glory. That's our solution. Here are just some more examples of how good our camera is. This is a picture that was taken using the main front camera. Perfect if you are with a loved one or just yourself. This one, on the other hand, is a picture taken with the groovy camera, with the secondary front camera. As you can see, it's easier for you to remember where you were, who you were with, what was the feeling when I was at that place, because you can simply see more. It's up to you whether you prefer the front, the main camera, or the secondary camera. We give that choice to you. That's the Oppo way. Now, before we move on, let me go ahead and show you a video just to recap the things that we have discussed so far about the two front cameras.
Oppo camera phone.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Oppo has put a lot of effort on the front camera. What about the back? What happened with the rear camera? My friends, I'm very glad to tell you that the rear camera is a technological marvel in itself. That's because the rear camera sports an exclusive Sony IMX398 sensor, co-developed with Sony. It has dual PDAF, a generous f1.7 aperture, the best in the business, and finally 16 megapixels to ensure that everything is captured properly. Before we move on with discussing the rear camera, here is a short video from our technological partner. Please welcome Mr. Shinji Shishida, manager of Sony Semiconductor Division.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinji Sashida from Sony. I'm glad to be a part of the Oppo new product event. Sony and Oppo are long-time partner. For many years in the past, we have had a close relationship with each other. It is because that Sony and Oppo have the same understanding towards photography. At Sony, we are also working hard to help the customer to take a perfect picture in an easy and enjoyable way, just like Oppo. This leads to our cooperation becoming stronger and stronger. This time, Sony and Oppo had jointly developed a new image sensor, the Sony IMX398. During the process, engineers from both Sony and Oppo defined, developed, and improved the spec together. And it takes almost 1 year for us to optimize the photo shooting experience. I believe you will enjoy the photo quality and the shooting experience brought by this marvelous new image sensor, IMX398. Finally, I wish Oppo F3 Plus with an excellent dual selfie camera and a panoramic camera and outstanding perfect feature will gain full recognition from the market. Thank you.
I hope that you all will agree with me that right now, our lifestyles are very fast-paced, very dynamic, full of energy and activity. Can you imagine the last time that you were so relaxed that you had nothing to do? Chances are you did not. I want you guys to think about what dual PDAF is. Most of you might not be even familiar with dual PDAF. That's okay. Let me go ahead and give you an idea what dual PDAF is. Dual PDAF is Oppo's solution to the increasing needs of our customers to have a phone that is fast and responsive in capturing their details.
200%.
With dual PDAF, focusing area is improved by 100%. Focusing speed is improved by 40%. I understand. Numbers, right? Very difficult to understand, to appreciate. I want you guys to imagine yourselves together with your family in a park. The wind in your face, you're having a great time, you're with your kid, your wife, your husband. Suddenly, your kid would be taking his or her first steps. Your kid suddenly smiles for the first time. Your wife gives you that sweet smile that you've been missing for quite some time. If your phone is slow, you will miss that moment. Can you put a price on that moment? Can you tell your kid, I'm sorry, I did not capture your first step just because I was using brand X? Of course not, right? You would give anything to recapture that moment. This is an example of a picture taken with another brand's smartphone. Blurred, you can't even tell if that kid is even yours, right? You're just kidding. Let me go ahead and show you just how the F3 Plus is so good. This is a picture taken with the F3 Plus. As you can see, details are crisp, colors are vibrant, and the best thing of all you need to do is just take out your F3 Plus, take a picture. You don't have to wait for the moment. You can go ahead and live in the moment. I'm not sure if you guys have experienced time traveling, but with the F3 Plus, if you have an F3 Plus and you take a look at the pictures that you took, it's like you're going back to that particular moment. 10, 20 years from now, look at the picture, you're back in the park with the wind in your face, looking at your kid taking his first step. Can you pay for that? No. Just buy an F3 Plus. Right? Moving on, in layman's terms, the aperture is something that refers to the width or the wideness of the opening of the camera lens. The lower the aperture number, the wider the opening. The wider the opening, the more light can pass through. The more light your camera has to work with, simply put, the pictures will be better. Simple math, really. The Oppo F3 Plus has an amazing f1.7 aperture in its rear camera. Again, numbers. Let me show you what really happens in real-life applications. The picture on the right is a picture taken with an f2.2 aperture camera. Good, but not the best. Workable, but you could do better. The one in the middle is a picture taken with an f2.0 aperture. Just 0.2 difference, right? There's an improvement, but again, not up to Oppo's standards. Let me show you how we do things our way. The one on the left is a picture taken with the F3 Plus, with the f1.7 aperture. Let's go back to numbers. Comparing the f1.7 with the f2.0, we see a 36% improvement in the quality. f1.7 versus 2.2, 0.5 difference, but 60% better performance. If somebody were to come up to you and say, hey, I can give you 60% more happiness when you spend time with your family, would you say no? I can increase the sweetness of the smile of your kid by 36%. Would you say no? Of course not. Again, buy an F3 Plus. So, just to recap, no matter what happens with the F3 Plus, front or back, main or secondary, night or day, our design philosophy is very, very simple. We just want you to take great pictures, anytime, anywhere. That's the Oppo way. Simple, focus. Now let's move on. Now that we have established that the F3 Plus is amazing when it comes to taking pictures, what if somebody were to take a picture of you and the F3 Plus? Would you say, hold on, let me hide my phone? Would you? Of course not. You might even do a post like this, right? Or, zoom in. I have an F3 Plus. That's because the F3 Plus was designed to make sure that when people see it, it would turn heads around. That it would ignite your passion. That it would ignite envy in others. Hey, is that an F3 Plus? I want to get something like that. That's what we had in mind when we designed the F3 Plus. At the back of the F3 Plus, you will see six 6-string ultrafine antenna lines. These antenna lines are 60% smaller compared to our old design. It's only 0.3 millimeters thin. And most importantly, because of this particular ultrafine antenna line, the metallic ratio of the F3 Plus has been increased to 98.9%. If you walk in the street and you talk to somebody and you tell them, I want you to hold my phone, don't tell them that it's from Oppo. Don't tell them that it's an F3 Plus. Just ask them to hold it. Right then and there, that person will tell you, oh my God, this is a high-end smartphone. This is an elegant-looking smartphone, simply by touching it, without even experiencing it. That's the kind of design that we have for the F3 Plus. But of course, the F3 Plus is not just beautiful to look at. The antenna lines serve a purpose. The F3 Plus has a Wi-Fi amplifier at the back, which together with the antenna lines give you better data and Wi-Fi performance. Imagine yourself in the living room. It's getting late and you want to finish your movie or finish video calling or chatting inside your bedroom. You get up, you walk a few steps, and you find out that the signal is lost. With the F3 Plus, you don't have to worry about that. Not only can you use the F3 Plus farther, your download speeds are also 24% faster. What if I told you that you could live your life 24% ahead of anybody else? Would you say no? Of course not. Security and convenience is also a given with the F3 Plus. That is because we have installed an upgraded solid-state fingerprint that responds in just 0.2 seconds. It even has a special coating to ensure that you can use the fingerprint reader even if your hands are wet or moist. You can even use the fingerprint reader to unlock the phone, unlock a different application, or simply call for pizza. It's that convenient. Finally, for the appearance, we have a 6-inch full high-definition screen at the front, which is mated with the Corning Gorilla Glass 5.0. What's the result? The F3 Plus has unmatched durability. Powerful, beautiful, long-lasting. 1 year, 2 years from now, your F3 Plus will still look good as new. Again, something that you cannot pay for. Of course, with everything that we've discussed so far, we expect our customers to make the F3 Plus the centerpiece of their digital lifestyle. Movies, games, applications, you name it, we expect our customers to use the F3 Plus very, very heavily. So how do we give them the power to do that? My friends, 4 letters. VOOC. VOOC is Oppo's proprietary rapid charging technology. VOOC has received a lot of praise because compared to other brands' rapid charging technology, we have real, measurable, and advantages that you can appreciate in real life scenarios. Not familiar with VOOC? Not a problem. Let me help you out. VOOC is fast. The rapid charging probably gave that away, but VOOC is fast. VOOC gives you power for 2 hours worth of phone calls if you just plug that in for 5 minutes. 30 minutes gives you 75% back in your battery. Forgot to charge your phone before you go to sleep? No problem. Plug it in, take a shower. Once you're finished, you're good to go. No need to tell others, hey, I can't leave because my phone is low on battery. No need to make excuses anymore. No need to carry a heavy power bank. Filipinos love power banks, but for the F3 Plus, no need for that. Of course, what's the use of fast if it's not safe? It's like buying a sports car and dying the next day. Useless, right? But I still want to get a sports car. Memo to my boss. VOOC is safe because it has a 5-step protection system that's built into it. It starts from the wall adapter, going to the cable, going to the port of the phone, and finally the battery of the F3 Plus. I know it's a mouthful, I know it's a lot to take in, but here's the deal. Plug in the F3 Plus, sleep, and your house won't burn down. Don't have to worry about that. Let me show you VOOC in action. These are 2 phones that are using different rapid charging technologies. The one on the left uses a high voltage, low amperage system. 9 volts, 2 amps. As you can see, this is a thermal photograph. It measures or gives you an idea of how hot an object is. At its hottest, we're looking at 55 degrees. It's like a newly cooked food, 55 degrees, that hot. On the other hand, the one on the right is an Oppo phone charging using VOOC. Our approach is using low voltage, high amperage. Same results, our results are even better, but with no extra heat at all. Again, seems simple, but how come nobody else has thought about this, but just us? Again, I leave it to you to think about just how good our company is when it comes to answering the needs of our customers. Finally, we combine VOOC with a massive 4,000 milliampere battery. This battery is good for up to 16 hours and 45 minutes of continued usage. Even I don't work for 16 hours. So when you use the F3 Plus, if you get a full charge at the start of the day, before you go to sleep, you may even have 50% left. And that is with movies, videos, music, mobile data, Wi-Fi, all combined. What's the use of a phone if you can't use it, right? With the F3 Plus, no need to give excuses to others. I can't text you. I can't call you. Sorry I missed our conversations because I was out of power. Octa-core processor that keeps things speedy. 4 gigabytes of RAM is also included to ensure that you can multitask very smoothly. Facebook, Viber, you name it. You can switch from one app to the other without worrying that your phone will freeze. Finally, We put in 64 gigs of internal storage, good for thousands of pictures, movies, applications, you name it, you can put that in. Powerful, beautiful, yes. Practical, definitely. The F3 Plus can support up to 2 SIM cards, one for work, another for personal life, or in my case, 2 for work. Another thing is, if you need extra storage space, you can put in an external micro SD card up to 256 gigs. Again, we at Oppo feel the need of our customers. Instead of limiting them, we're giving them options. We're giving them the power to live life fully. Finally, the glue that holds everything together is our very own ColorOS 3.0 based on Android Marshmallow. Our operating system has received a lot, and I mean a lot of praise, because we don't have bloatware, we don't have unnecessary programs. Our operating system is very easy to use, but functional and powerful. Again, our core value is benefit. We don't make it difficult for others. Before I end my speech tonight, I'd like to do a quick review of all the things that I hope you will tell your friends, your coworkers, and your family about the F3 Plus. First of all, dual selfie camera, one for selfie, one for groupie. Appearance is exquisite. And finally, performance is top-notch. Combine these 3 things, and you have the phone that will elevate the selfie expert to the next level. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. I know all of you are very excited to know how many colors F3 Plus will be available. I am pleased to announce that F3 Plus will be available in 2 premium colors. One is gold, and for the very first time, we are introducing the black variant. This will be available very, very soon. And now, the question is, how much is the F3 Plus? Ladies and gentlemen, F3 Plus will be sold at 23,990 pesos.